tell by the title, here to do a mukbang, however you pronounce it, whatever. I'm here to do that with y'all. And I'm about to give y'all story time because everybody and their mothers seem to want to hear this story. But y'all, I just got a $5 Chupa box. And what's it called? I had a drink, like a drink came with that, obviously, of course. But what's it called? When I got my drink, freaking, it was so watered down. Like, who in the, oh my bad, y'all, just moved the whole dang thing. But yeah, so when I got my drink, it was watered down. Like, if I didn't already throw it away, like I would have showed y'all, but I threw it away. But so anyways, I'm about to give y'all a story time of when I had my first boyfriend, because everyone, you know, seems to want to hear this. And so I'm like, hold up, y'all. So I'm like, I had to fix the brightness, because yeah. So I'm like, why not just do it? Even though I don't know if I don't know if I should consider this like, I don't know. I really don't know, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, I'm about to just, you know, mount on some food and give y'all a story time of when I had my first boyfriend. Oh yeah, and what's it called? To replace the drink, I just had my mom buy me one of these because, like, I'm not gonna sit here and drink no watered down drink. I don't know about you, but me, that's no. So anyway, so my first boyfriend, really don't even know where to start. I'm going to call this boy Andrew. Basically, me and Andrew, he lived right up the hill from me. And him and my brother used to hang out all the time. If it wasn't him at our house, it was my brother at his house. So they were always hanging out or whatever. And basically, I started going to Andrew's house like with my brother more often. And after I started going over there, mind you, at this time when I communicated with people, I used Facebook. Like, so basically I went to his house one day. I went to Andrew's house one day, and what's it called? I went to his house one day, and he asked me for my Facebook name. I was like, you don't have it for my brother's Facebook? He was like, no. So I told him, so at this time, I had an old Facebook account. Facebook name was my real name and my last name. So I gave him my Facebook name or whatever, sent me a friend request, and that same day, after I got home, I seen this dude, like, he was just all in my notifications or whatever. Like, he was hearting my pictures, commenting on them, just all of my notifications, you know. And then I texted him, and I simply was like, what's up? But at this time I didn't say what's up. I'd say like hi or like hey. So I texted him, I was like, hey, like, what's up? He texted me back, whatever. We got to talking, asked about like how our days was, and just like what's it called, like, before my dad called for me, as I was saying, basically we got to talking, asking like how our days was, what were we doing, all that stuff. And then he was like, oh, like, I think you're cute, you know. And I was like, for real? Like, you know, like when somebody that you think is cute tells you that you think, or they think you're cute, and then you're like, oh, for real? Like, that's how it was. I was like, oh, for real? And he was like, yeah, whatever. And anyways, he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, well, ... He was like, well, what? I was like, well, I think you're cute too, like, you know. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, we should talk more about it, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then, so basically, it went from that, and then we started talking more. On top of us talking more, I started going to his house more. After he told me that, like, I started going to his house, like, even, like, by myself. Like, I just go to his house. Not, at this time, it wasn't nothing serious. Like, we were just friends, you know, just kicking it, just talking, just vibing. And then, one day, he texted me. This was like a month or two later. He texted me, and he was like, oh, well, he was like, he basically was like, do you think, like, we'd ever end up dating and lasting? I was like, dating, yes. Lasting, I don't know, because at that time, I didn't know how to keep a serious relationship going. Like, I was young. Like, I'm still young. I'm only 16. Like, I was young. And he was like, for real? Again. And I was like, yes. Like, why? He was like, oh, well, ... And then I was like, well, what? Question mark. He was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, at first I was like, nah, you're playing. Like, I'm not doing this joke and stuff. He was like, no, I'm like, for real. Like, I'm so serious. And I was like, if you're for real, then yeah, but if you're joking, then no, that's dumb, you know? And he was like, no, I'm for real. And so I was like, yeah, like, then yeah. And so, we ended up lasting for a minute. We ended up lasting for like 3 years. And I only consider it a relationship, like, I only claim him as an ex because it lasted. But, so yeah, whatever, blase, blase. So we get together, and, y'all, I remember when I dated him, like, the summers would go by, right? And, like, during the summers, he used to, like, during the summers, I'd go to his house, of course, whatever, he'd come to mine, whatever. Mind you, my parents knew, his parents knew. When we dated, our parents knew. So, like, we popped out at each other's house. The parents pretty much knew why, like, we'd pop it up, you know? So, over the summer, he would, like, if I went over there and I'd be hot or something, someone would come walking out of his house with the popsicle. Mind you, because our houses used to be packed in the summer. But, like, just with kids. So somebody from his house would, like, come walking out with, like, freeze pop or a popsicle. And I'd be like, oh, babe, like, can you go get me one real quick? And he used to always tell me, he used to be like, I'll go get you one after you give me a kiss. All the time, like, it never failed. Like, I'm like, I don't want to kiss you right now. Like, I tell him, like, it was points where, like, mind you, the summer, it's hot, whatever. I was young, running around, going crazy, you know? Like, excuse me. There's times where I would be hot. I'm like, no, like, I don't want to kiss you right now. Like, you know? And if I didn't kiss him, I wasn't getting that popsicle. Because I never really went, like, of course I went in his house, but, like, when it was packed like that, I'd never really go in there, you know? And, so, like, if I didn't kiss him, I wasn't getting that popsicle. So I'd end up having to kiss him because it's like, am I really about to not get a popsicle on this hot old day because of a kiss? Like, So, anyways, to talk about our relationship, not that I care about this, like, at this point, this is absolutely nothing to me, but everybody, I went on my social media sites, I asked for people to ask me, or suggest, story times for me to talk about for this video. Everyone suggested, it was, the most suggested video was this one, or, what was the other one? My coming out story. My coming out story is on my Q&A. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. You in that video. Like, I wasn't even gonna do my coming out story in that video because I was gonna put it like in a video like separate itself. But everyone kept asking, so I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Like, you know. But yeah, so anyways, to talk about our relationship, we had a very good relationship, only because it's like, besides the hugs and the kisses, it's like we had a friendship, like, but we also had a relationship, if that makes sense. But so our relationship, we never had, like, I'm not gonna say we were perfect, but because we were so young, we never had problems in the relationship. Like, we didn't argue. Only thing we argued about was popsicles, or who's coming to whose house. Like, no, I want red popsicle. He'd be like, well, there's only one red popsicle left, and I want it. I'm like, you know what? Take the red popsicle and then yellow. And then, like, the house arguments, like, he'd like, Bear, you up? Like, I'm coming over, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, I'm coming over. I was just getting ready to come over. I was just about to put my shoes on to come over. He's like, no, babe, just, you know, stay at the house. I'm coming over, you know. And it was just, like, little things like that, like, but then again, we're so young. We didn't argue about. Like, it's, like, pointless. But, so, our relationship was good, whatever. But the way Andrew broke up with me, bro, after almost 3 years, so he played football. If y'all don't know, yeah, I don't think I mentioned that. If I did, you're hearing it again, but I don't think I did. But Andrew played football. I always went to all his games, all his practices, all that, you know, just a supportive girlfriend. And mind you, I spoiled this boy so much. I spent so much money on this boy. I could have went to myself. We ain't gonna talk about that. Anyways, so I went to his football games, his practices, and all that stuff. There was this one football game Andrew had, and it was like 2 hours away from where I lived. And I kind of had to not argue with my mom, but like just beg my mom so I could go to his game because it was so far away. And mind you, our parents, they met, but they didn't actually sit down and talk, like, you know. So I had to like beg my mom to go to this boy's game that was almost 2 hours away from hometown. Whatever, so she's ended up like, whatever, just go, you know, just be safe, whatever. So I go, right? The whole first half of his game was good. Me and him were good. They were winning. All that. First half of the game was good. It got to halftime, right? Halftime came up. You know, football, halftime, right? Halftime came up. And he came up to me after because where the bathrooms were, before I got interrupted again, like I was saying, so anyways, after halftime, whatever, Andrew comes up to me after he uses the bathroom and goes to get snacks from the concession stand. He comes up to me, and when he came up to me, he had a shorty with him, right? So I'm like, I don't really trip like when girls would text me or anything. Like, I don't trip about that stuff in relationships until it's to the point where it's like you're entertaining them to a certain extent, right? So I thought the shorty was just a friend. At first, like, he's walking up to me, I'm thinking like he's gonna introduce his friend to his girlfriend, you know? And so whatever, they come up, and when I tell y'all, this boy did me so bogus for this one. Came up to me, right, with this girl, okay? And he was like, oh, like, he was like, this is my new girlfriend, blase, blase. And I'm like I laughed about it. I'm like, new girlfriend? What? Like, you're funny. Like, you know, like, I'm your girlfriend, whatever. And, no, my eye. Anyways, so, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm your girlfriend. He was like, yeah, but this is my new girlfriend. Like, I'm like, new girlfriend? I'm like, literally, I was like, new girlfriend. He was like, yeah, I want her. I want to be with you anymore. I've been with you for 2 years, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, laughing about it. I'm like, okay, I'll go home after this game. You know, I'll leave you alone relationship-wise. We'll be friends if you want, right? I'm like, but when I go home, and I end up finding a new boyfriend, because at the time, this was when I dated dudes. This was before I even came out and anything. Like, before I even knew I was even a part of LGBT, like, bi even, you know? So I'm like, oh, well, all right, whatever, it's cool. Take me home after the game. Leave you alone relationship-wise. We're friends, whatever. Like, friends, okay, whatever. You still in my life, right? I didn't lose you completely. Whatever, so I didn't cry about it. Mind you, I didn't cry about this situation. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm a little girl. Like, I'm not gonna cry, right? And, what's it called? So I'm like, but when I go home and I find me a new boyfriend, don't say nothing to me. Like, don't trip on nothing. He's like, oh, so really? Like, oh, you can go get a new boyfriend, blah, blah. I'm like, but ain't that your new girlfriend? Right? And she's like, oh, yeah, but I thought I was your new girlfriend. Why do you care about her getting a new boyfriend? He was like, you're right, I don't, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then the end of the game came up, because obviously I had no choice but to stay, because his dad wasn't going to drive 2 hours just to take me home to go back and then come back, you know? So, after this game, his dad takes me home or whatever, and I got home at like 5, because he had an early game. His game was at like 1. So I got home at like 5, and I had messages from him. Right when I got in the door, he started texting me. I was like, yo, I just left you, like, you know, let me sit down and get comfortable and stuff, lay down and stuff, right? And he starts texting me talking about, no, babe, I was just kidding. That's not my new girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And then she's texting me, and she's like, don't let Andrew fool you. He wasn't just playing. I'm his new girlfriend. So I'm like, I texted Andrew back after I opened both their messages. I'm like, look, like, I don't care that y'all are together. I don't care that we are not together anymore, because we can still be friends. Like, I still have you in my life. I still have love for you. I'm still care for you, but I just don't care about the whole situation overall. Like, I don't, right? And I was like, but when I go get a new boyfriend, don't come for me nor my boyfriend. Don't go on my boyfriend stuff, commenting no dumb stuff, you know? Because, you know, dudes are just, they be childish with stuff. And so I was like, you know, don't go do all that, whatever. And he was like, oh, so you're really about to let 2 years go over one girl? I'm like, at your football game, did you not just tell me you were done being with me? We were together for 2 years. You were top of the blah. You were bored, this, then third. Like, and I'm telling you I'm about to move on. And you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. What would y'all do if y'all boyfriend did that? Or y'all ex-boyfriend? Or whatever. I was like, did you not just tell me that was your new girlfriend? Blah, 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 right? So, long story short, what's wrong? Long story short, he ends up staying mad. He ends up tripping on the situation. We ended up being, like, completely done after that. Then, like, oh yeah, by the way, y'all, I'm about to just eat this chalupa and then end this video or whatever, because I'm done with the story time. And not only am I done, but I'm also full. So I'm about to finish this and then give my dad the rest or something. I don't know, but I'm done. I'm full, whatever. But anyways, what was I saying? Like a month or 2 later, mind you, they were still together, or whatever the case was. I ended up going to get a new boyfriend. Not going to get a new boyfriend, but I ended up finding someone else. And, mind you, this other person Who called this boy? Call this boy Garcia. Anyways, so mind you, Garcia was very close to my brother also. So I feel like it was more so like my youngest but older brother's friends. Not friends, but a few of his friends, like in the past, that came on to me or whatever. And mind y'all, this was back when Jay was like girly, girly, okay? Hold on. Anyways, so yeah, this friend of my brother's, whatever. Mind you, he also came over a lot too. Anyways, alright, I'm gonna just eat this taco and then finish it since I got into a new little part. Anyway, so this friend of his came over one day, and the way our house was set up in our old house or whatever, like, we had 3 rooms down, no. We had 2 rooms downstairs, one of the bathrooms, and then the kitchen and living room, all that. And then upstairs, it was my brother's room and my room. But, like, my room was, like, to the right. And then there was a closet, like, when you come up the steps, there was a closet. And then my brother's room was to the left. So, whatever. So I wasn't, mind you, I shared a room with my sister at this time. And, obviously, my sister wasn't home. But she was at her boyfriend's. But, so, what's it called? So, yeah. They ended up coming over or whatever. And I guess my brother and Garcia wanted to be a... I don't know what was going on there, but they ended up in my room. That's all I know, is I know they ended up in my room. They ended up in my room, and at this time, I had an Xbox 360, I think. Yeah, I had a Wii and Xbox, a Wii and Xbox 360. They got to play him the 360. That was playing Call of Duty, whatever. And out of nowhere, my brother was like, he was like, sis, you know Garcia likes you. And then obviously he was like, bro, why would you tell her that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm like, what you want me to say? He was like, my brother was like, oh, you don't think he's cute or not? I was like, nah, but he's like, you know, like, boys, you know, they're handsome. I was like, he's handsome, you know, he's cute, whatever. My brother was like, let me hook y'all up. And I didn't say nothing. And my brother looked at Garcia and was like, she said you cute, like, let me hook y'all up. And he was like, alright, bet. And then he was like, hey, sis, you wanna go out with him? And I was like, me and this dude have to start, because mind you, we talked and we hung out, but it was with my brother. Like, every time we talked, like, we had a group chat. Every time we talked, my brother was in there. Every time we hung out, my brother was there. I'm like, we, like, never even, like, hung out nor talked, like, one-on-one. Like, something's always been with you, you know? And he was like, oh, well, y'all can get to talking to mom as y'all relationship proceed. I'm like, looking at Garcia and my brother. And then I was like, I mean, like, because mind you, the boy was cute. At the time, I thought he was cute. So I'm like, I mean, if he want to do it, excuse me, then it's, you know, what's up? He was like, oh, well, I want to do it, so I mean, whatever. Right? So then, we ended up exchanging numbers because I ended up getting my phone turned on within that 2 months or whatever. And, damn, I'm really full. Anyways, we ended up exchanging numbers. He texted me, he was like, what's up, babe? Like, it's Garcia, whatever. And I was like, what's up? And with him, like, he was he was too freaky. Like, I'm not even fronting. Like, he was ridiculous, especially for that age. Like, half the stuff he tried to talk to me about, in which I dubbed every single conversation he tried to have about anything like that, because no, I was too young, you feel me? Wasn't going nowhere, and no. But like, he should not have been talking about half of the things that he used to talk about with me at all. Like, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't even known about it. And so I dubbed him or whatever. I dubbed all them conversations. And then after, there was one night, we dated for like a month. There was one night where he tried to come over and was trying to do stuff with me. I kicked him out the crib. I didn't even care. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Because my mom was off work. So she used to let him, like, if she was at work, she would let him stay over, like, not the night, but like a later time. Like, for example, in the daytime, if she wasn't at work, like, we'd be able to hang out from like 3 to 6 and then have to go home. But when she was off work, he'd end up staying like a little later. So it was probably like 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. And he was trying to like do stuff, and I'm like, Garcia, I'm not with that. Like, that's not me. That's not for me. Like, no. You better go find some other shorty and do something with her, because you are not about to get nothing from me, nor are you about to do stuff with me. You know? And just like most dudes, he was like, come on, babe, blah, blah. I wasn't going, whatever. I went and I told my mom. I was like, Mom, Garcia's going home. And like, I was like angry when I said it, obviously, because I'm like, why is this boy, you know? And she's like, okay, why, what's wrong? And I told her, I was like, he's just being inappropriate. Like, he's being too inappropriate. I'm not going with him. I just was like, oh yeah, he can go home, blah, blah, blah. We took him home. I ended up texting him that same night at like 4. And I was like, yo, like, it's over. Like, you are just too freaky with me. If that's how you want to be, you gotta go find another shorty, because I'm not for that. That's not me. Like, just type stuff. And he was like, no, babe, I'm sorry, I'll stop, blah, blah. I know. I gave this dude like 30 times to stop. I gave him mad long to realize I wasn't going. And he kept going with it. And then, so we broke off or whatever. And that was the last dude I dated before I came out. Like, well, what's it called? The boy before him, Andrew, was the last boy I dated before I came out, because after Garcia, my dumb butt ended up going back to this boy. And you know, like, little teenage girls nowadays that just be so caught up with boys. That's how I was with Andrew. I was so caught up with that boy and thought that I couldn't do nothing without that boy. I thought everything I did, that boy had to be right there by my side to do it with me. Whatever. Got over him. After I got over him, that's when I bumped to females. I guess, like, obviously, no, he's not the reason. Obviously, I've liked females the whole time. I just, at that point, I hadn't known if I was bisexual or lesbian. Hence why I didn't come out for a grip minute. First of all, because I wanted to realize whether it was a phase or not. And second of all, I did not know if I was bisexual or lesbian. Just like when I came out, I told my mom, I said, I like girls. But at the time, I was meaning like I'm bisexual. Like, I like girls and guys at the time. You know? Until I fully grew into what I wanted to be. Or to who I was, not what I wanted to be, because you can't, you know, choose what, you know, sexuality you want. But no, yeah, I ended up coming out after that. That was the last boy I dated. Only dated 2 boys. That was the last one I dated before I came out. Like, the recent boy before I came out would be Andrew. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Everybody's been wanting to hear about this story. For y'all doing mukbang, whatever it is with it. Or I do it and then talk about it. But that's all I'm eating. I just ate the chalupa and the taco because them little cinnamon twist from Taco Bell, I don't like them personally. But yeah, y'all, look at my ring. Y'all see that? It says, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says Forever Love. But yeah. Anyways, so y'all already know Drift. Like, comment, subscribe. Go follow and add me on my social media sites. That will be in the description below. And Snapchat and Instagram will be my outro. I think they should be my outro. Like, no, excuse me. But yeah, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all comment video suggestions of what y'all want to see. I will try to upload at least twice a week. But then again, I'm not gonna say that that's like exactly how much I'm about to upload, and I'm not gonna give like 2 days of a week that I'm gonna upload, because there be days where I be so busy that I don't even have time to pick up and record for 5 minutes. Like, especially like now, it's so hard because Christmas. But yeah, I will record. I might vlog on Christmas Eve, depending on what I'm doing. Probably not, because again, I'm so busy. Like, Christmas Eve and Christmas, they're gonna be 2 busy days. Okay, but if I don't vlog on Christmas Eve or Christmas, I'll at least try to get like little clips from the day at certain points to just throw into one video, and obviously so it makes sense and goes together. But I don't know yet. But make sure y'all comment on video suggestions for future videos. And yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to JNR Empire, because JNR Empire is also about to get up there, and you feel me? But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm out.